If you look at people as they get older, the more this happens to them, the more that they turn into a statue. They get stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. Now, K2 MK7 alleviates all that. It makes sure that the calcium goes into the bone structure of your body, whether it's teeth or jaws, skull, your large bone system. All of those things are amplified significantly by simply taking K2 MK7 every day. Now, if you've done any studying into health for yourself, you'll find out that B vitamins are extremely important to have in your body on an ongoing basis, and there's not enough in the food. So this is something that you do want to supplement. Now, a lot of people focus on things like B12. Okay, well, B12 is very important, and yes, it does give your body energy. But the B12 wants to be in combination with all the B vitamins. If you're separating it out, your body will eventually get out of balance, and it will mess with you. Now, the other problem with B vitamins is the vast majority in the market are synthetic. They're not from an original natural source, and it's like taking as many shortcuts as possible to get what they can say on the bottle that has, B complex, for example, is really not good for your body. So you want to find companies that are making sure that their stuff is not just a synthetic B vitamin, that has all the B vitamins. And for B12 specifically, you want to have methylcobalamin. There's cyanocobalamin. I don't like that one. The study I did on that, I don't want cyanocobalamin in my body. I want the methylcobalamin form of it, which I think is more important. They both have their benefits, but you want to have the methyl. So just look on the label and teach yourself about this stuff. One of the companies I found that has a very high quality B vitamin complex is Premier Labs. They have two different brands. One's called Premier. The other one's called Quantum Nutrition. They have two different labels. One's like a retail, one's like a professional line, but they're both made in the same place in the same way. And I found them to have the very best quality, non-synthetic, properly produced because they do a fermentation process in their facility and make sure that they're done in a way that is pre-digested. So when you get it into your system, it's assimilated very quickly. So just make sure you're not taking synthetics. Don't take B12 separately. Make sure you're getting it in the original complex all together. And that's what your body will love the most. Fortunately for all of us, there's been some major research into vitamin K2. And there's a particular form that works the best. It's called K2 MK7. Now, K2 is not found in our food properly, not the right form. The proper form, and it has to be a very specific way that it's manufactured so that it works the best in the human body. When you take vitamin D3, for example, D3 is going to allow you to get the calcium out of your food that you need to build proper structure in your bones. But what happens is when you get calcium available, it doesn't have a director. The director is K2 MK7. If you don't have K2 MK7 in your system for 24 hours a day, then the calcium will go wherever it feels like. It might go into the arteries, into the muscles, into the joints, where people become overcalcified. And if you look at people as they get older, the more this happens to them, the more that they turn into a statue. They get stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. Now, K2 MK7 alleviates all that. It makes sure that the calcium goes into the bone structure of your body, whether it's teeth or jaws, skull, your large bone system. All of those things are amplified significantly by simply taking K2 MK7 every day. Now, the form that we found out, and this took many years for me to finally run into the people who do it the best, and there's a very specific way that it's made so that it has a 72-hour half-life. Now, when you think about something that has a half-life, that means that there's a certain amount of time that goes by when you consume something, and it becomes half as strong in so many hours. Well, we found out most K2 MK7 products in the market, if they're effective at all, they have about a 3-hour half-life. The problem in the supplementation world, everyone takes shortcuts to get the cheapest way of doing something so they can sell it at the lowest price because K2 MK7 is trending. So then they just put out in the market the stuff that doesn't even work at all. If you have a 3-hour half-life, you're not going to have K2 MK7 in your body 24 hours a day. We found a specific form. It's called Perfect K2 D3. We combine them together. We also have it singularly set apart. We have Perfect K2 MK7. This has a 72-hour half-life. That means that it's half as strong as 72 hours. 3 days later, you still have half the strength in your body. So when you take it every day, you're guaranteeing 24 hours of full strength every day, over day, over day, because it starts overlapping. You take it today, and that's 72 hours half-life. You take it tomorrow, and it's overlapping the one that's slowly diminishing. And therefore, you have K2 MK7 in your body 24 hours a day to make sure that all the calcium goes to the right place. And that's just one facet of it. There's much more to talk about, but on this video, I'm not going to get into all the other details. But the K2 MK7 has multiple benefits throughout your body. But I think the most important one for you to consider today, to make sure you have the must-have vitamin in your system to enable your body to get the calcium to the right place, is going to change your life significantly. The younger you are when you start doing it, the better. But even if you're 65, 75, 85 years old, you're still going to get a huge benefit from this Perfect K2 D3 or the Perfect K2 MK7. Our bodies are methylating millions of times every second in every cell of our body. So people talk about methylation pathways, and some people don't methylate properly. The way you overcome this is by providing micro and nanonutrients to your body in the broadest spectrum. It's like having an orchestra of nutrients playing to your system that your body immediately recognizes. Your body is extremely intelligent, and you may be diagnosed with some kind of methylating issue, but you can mitigate that by making sure that the nutrients you're getting in on a daily basis at some point or another are going to be very easy to assimilate and utilize. And when you have it in the form where there's no smoke and inflammation happening from the food you're eating, because the food you're eating is so clean, then your body gets this energy properly. One of the things I learned about 17 years ago was a micro and nanonutrient called marine phytoplankton. Marine phytoplankton comes from the ocean. You can't harvest it out of the ocean. It has to be grown on land. And we have a very special process in Europe. I don't own the process of it, but we do have the formula and a very specific way to stabilize these micro and nanonutrients. So what you'll find out is that when you consume them in water, you simply do these drops of this marine phytoplankton in water. Within 2 or 3 minutes, you'll notice a definite uptick in energy. That's how fast it goes into your system, because it's micro nano. And it's the broadest spectrum of all the nutritional molecules known to all historical data that your body immediately identifies, because your body is so intelligent, it knows this what's coming in is very important and how to use it, where to send it. So if you want to overcome your methylating problems and get your metabolism dialed in, you consume this marine phytoplankton on a daily basis. The only way you can know this is true if you do it yourself. And we have had people for 17 years who learned about this, using it every single day. And you can use it throughout the day. It replaces all the stimulants. People have a little bit of a lag during the day. They just take more of this marine phytoplankton, and it brings their energy back up again. So you have to keep your cells fueled. And forget about worrying about whether you're a good methylator or not. This stuff, whether you have a methylation issue or not, or a metabolism issue, is going to help you significantly on not only your physical energy, but also your mental energy, your cognitive ability, your power in your brain, because you want the strength in your brain to be very strong, and you want the strength in your body to be strong. So methylating is very important, and you do it every single second of every day, your entire life. So this is the best way to support it.